Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 3, Chapter 138. We're picking up at the end of the world. Or the end of Sarnath, potentially, at least based on what you're experiencing. Festive gold lame party dress Dora, accompanied by resplendent befeathered musketeer Vic, bedazzled courtier Goldwick with the slicked back hair and the shiny off-the-shoulder cloak, along with bedraggled and confused adventurer Grip with the weirdly incongruous kinda gold monk's robe. They're all standing in this massive festival hall in a massive palace, presumably, judging by the gigantic western wall that seems to be a seawall, that this palace presumably stands right on the shore of that nameless lake at the heart of the Manar region of the Dreamlands. As Polly predicted a dozen episodes back or so when he said, I presume we'll arrive in the middle of all that, you have indeed arrived in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
All the Sarnathians that were going through the motions of this hedonistic bacchanal are climbing over each other in a mad scramble to reach the giant doors that lead out of this chamber, far, far away on the eastern side of this room, well off this map. They are screaming, they are crying, they are knocking the elderly and the weak out of the way, they are pushing each other to the ground and stepping on each other, grinding the people on the floor into the mounds of shattered glass from all the broken windows. Whatever consisted of society here has completely broken down. They run, and on the faces of this throng is writ madness, because it's the end of Sarnath. Doom has come! What began as a gentle rain hours ago when the party started has become a full-blown apocalypse outside. Torrential sheets of rain are tearing down. Lightning and thunder rages continuously. Tornadoes tear through the city, sending shards of buildings flying in all directions, or at least from what you can see through the empty windows. And something has emerged from the depths of the nameless lake. Whatever it is, its roar was loud enough to shake the entire building. Whatever it is, its movement seems to be causing earthquakes. Whatever it is, and let's not be cheeky about it, it's likely the great old one Bokrug, the elder god of storms, revenge, and catastrophe. Anathema and Katie, in fact, are certain of it. A lot happened very quickly on your arrival here, but let's hit the high points. You appeared. Grip and Dabs found this incongruous silver surgical scalpel discarded beneath their feet. Grip grabbed it, and then the lake overflowed, gushing water and mist down this set of stairs carved into the seawall and into the room.
Question.
Yes.
Do we feel that those two things are related, or
No.
is me picking up the scalpel
No.
nothing to do with
Nothing.
I didn't make it happen.
You did not make it happen. At least Grip would not feel that way.
You made it happen by coming here.
Yeah,
Great,
there you
then
go.
That's all right. Grip will sleep well tonight.
4 ghostly beings of Ib shades, flowed in with the water, and they began massacring the Sarnathians. These froggy humanoids with weird ears, flabby lips, and no eyes. When they slid their incorporeal hands into the Sarnathians, those partygoers dropped dead with a perfect understanding of their doom plastered all over their faces. Grip even felt a little bit of this effect himself, though he managed to shrug it off. But it left him eerily certain that he deserves to die. Then Bokrug began roaring and moving, and the world began shaking. Anathema recalled what little she knew about looking at a great old one, and it wasn't great. It just wasn't great. Long story short, Gripper better not see it. Dabs and Vic are essentially 95% likely to be driven fully insane. She herself is the only one that stands even a whisper-thin chance of looking at it and walking away with only a greater madness. Then you all started seeing this bright green light flickering and flashing down those stairs from outside, like possibly the kind of light a greenstone idol of a water lizard might generate if it were being used in some sort of obscene ritual. Who knows for sure? I don't know, but I'm sure you all have opinions. And that leaves us right here. It's about time to find out what y'all do. If you even stay, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to shine the old spotlight over onto Katie first here, since Anathema, who's still driving Dora's body, is currently sitting on the most information.
Well, Dora would like to return.
Let's see if she succeeds.
Okay. Dora is back.
Dora returns.
She looks around the room. Of the dead bodies, closer to the stairs where the shades came out, is there anyone wearing anything that could serve as a blindfold that she could quickly grab?
Everybody's wearing very fancy clothes with many hoity-toities and accessories. Absolutely, you can grab a scarf off a nearby woman.
Then she hustles over there and begins to do that.
Friends, I am the only one who can complete this mission. It has to be me. What can you give me? We haven't much time.
And she begins to cast... she casts mage armor on herself.
Okay.
Dabwick would cast Featherstep Mass on all of us and say, I don't feel comfortable with you going by yourself, not today.
You cannot go. You simply cannot go.
Soon. We all have Featherstep Mass.
Do you have Owl's wisdom?
Not prepared, not today.
Dora begins to get out Lowell's spellbook from her pack.
Okay.
Would extra strength be of any use to you at all?
Not likely.
Very good. That's all I have to offer is a potion of bull strength.
Extra dexterity. And he starts to strip off his belt.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, really.
No, but I can't wear another belt. I'm keeping
right.
my hit points.
I've got a scroll of Cat's Grace.
Oh, it's the Dreamlands.
It's the Dreamlands.
So fuck it. Yes,
Yeah.
great.
You want an elixir of hiding, which gives a +10 bonus to hiding?
Can you give it to me?
Yeah. It's an elixir. It's just
Oh.
it's just a consumable on my sheet.
Yeah.
Great.
The floor is now shaking so much that there will be a -4 penalty imposed on any dex-based roll for anybody touching the ground. Casting spells after this moment will now require succeeding at a concentration check, and to simply move will require an acrobatics check.
Oh, fuck. Yes, give me that spell right now.
Zoom.
Duh. All right. Second level, that's what I wanted to know. Dora uses the mnemonic vestments to attempt to cast Fox's Cunning on herself to raise her intelligence by 4.
You'd already said you were pulling the thing out. You've got that spell cast.
I do.
Yep.
Okay. Then as she moves towards the stairs, she's going to try to cast invisibility on herself.
Is she staying on the ground?
I don't have any other means
Okay.
of not being
I'm
on the ground.
I'm double checking.
I can't levitate. I can't fly.
Okay.
I have access to fly, but I've
Could
just
I
used
cast Spider Climb?
Yes.
Communal on everyone at this point?
You want to try that?
Yeah.
Give me a concentration check, Dabwick.
Maybe it'll at least help me hang on.
Is it because of difficult terrain that is causing her to make this concentration?
No, it's because you're
We're
being
Star
being
Trekking.
thrown
I can't-
around.
I can't hold her up.
No, you're all Star Trekking right now.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I only have one more spell to get off on myself, and I gotta tie the blindfold on. But if somebody else wants to do that, well,
Grip.
this is happening.
I'm
that
good with
blindfold.
knots. I can tie knots like
Yes.
a fucker, so let me tie your blindfold.
All right, Dabwick, what's that concentration check?
Rolled a 5 on the die for an 18.
Spell's lost.
Fuck.
What level spell is that?
You
Action
got a
point?
pearl?
The pearls for second level spells is a third level spell.
Action point you could spend
I'm
to...
out of action points.
Dora's gonna attempt to cast invisibility on herself.
All right. Concentration check.
23.
She succeeds. So, Gripper has tied this scarf around her eyes. So Dora is now
So,
blind.
but can I see the green glow?
Yes, I would say like through
I
the
could follow
fabric
the
of this
green glow.
cloth, you could follow a very bright light through the fabric over your face.
Are we not following her?
She's told us that she's the only one that can survive. And
know, but
Dora
I-
is not used to lying about things like that.
I don't think she's lying, but I think that she might be mistaken in her
I love it.
need for going alone.
Friends, let us hope this is not all for naught. Whatever happens, take care of me when we wake.
You know we will.
Absolutely.
You're all fantastic.
And she goes up the stairs.
Dora passes through the opening in the seawall that leads into this staircase. You feel your toes bump up against the bottom of a stair. There's now water gushing and rushing past you. It is very slick, and the stairs have an incredibly tall rise. You can tell this staircase is
like the Miss
very
Home
steep.
I have experience with this.
I use my hands.
She leans forward and uses her hands to climb like four-legged up the stairs.
She's going to crawl up the stairs. So we'll picture Dora for a moment beginning to crawl up these soaking wet stairs invisibly as water is racing over her.
And while she does, this has never worked before, but she speaks to Tima, to Anathema, in her mind.
Am I following your footsteps? Is this part of our story already? If you can help me, I hope you will.
And she keeps climbing, following the light.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, God.
At -4.
Well, that balances out the cat's grace. 8.
All right.
I'm sorry, I rolled an 8. It's 4.
And maybe it's all of the water rushing over her, the slick moss-covered stairs. This first round, as she's blind,
No progress.
she's just like boom, boom, bash, like bashed against the stairs, slips down. Water pushes her back a little bit as she's
She keeps going.
struggling to find her way up.
We'd be able to see water rushing over.
You can
Yeah.
see that there's a disturbance at the bottom.
Try going on the sides. Try going on the walls.
All right.
And this is fighting this water purely dexterity, like wood strength?
What's really throwing her off at this level of the apocalypse is the earthquake. It keeps like jerking her to the side. And
Okay.
because the stairs are slippery,
Gotcha. Okay.
Dabwick wants to just keep an eye on this disturbance on the stairs and try to follow by about 10 feet behind.
so Dabwick's planning on moving into the stairwell.
Yeah,
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
that's a 23.
So Dabwick steps into the bottom of the stairwell. It's kind of loosely aware of Dora is because of the splashing and disturbance, because it's just so close, and you just watched her enter that area. Looking up, Dabs, you see an incredibly steep stone stairwell climbing. It's like 40 feet laterally and over 50 feet vertically. Very, very steep, very, very long. And at the top of the stairwell, Dabs, you see a thin green mist pouring, not super fast, but pouring kind of slowly in the direction of these stairs. It looks almost like the air, amidst all of the torrential rainfall, is filled with very fine green particles. It's very hard to see out here. The winds at the top of the stairwell out by the lake there sound incredibly heavy, incredibly fast, and the rain is just pouring up there. Yet somehow this green mist seems to be moving not just against the wind, but in spite of the wind.
It's billowing like it's got cloud-like.
Yeah, it feels like maybe it was emanating from something and is spreading out from a central point to a ever-widening diameter.
Yeah.
Dora, give me another acrobatics check.
I rolled a 17 for a 13.
Dora begins making her way up the stairs.
She's going to do as Vic recommends, and stick close to the wall for as many surfaces as, to lean against as possible.
Yeah. Like feet on stairs, one hand on one stair in
Yeah.
front of you, one hand on the wall on the side. Up, up, up she goes. Climbing. Gigantic roar from up ahead of you. The whole palace just shakes. You manage to cling to the slick walls of this staircase. The light through your blindfold, Dora, is getting noticeably brighter. You're definitely approaching something.
I mean, she's moving her head left to right to gauge to
try to triangulate.
To try to triangulate the strength of the brightness to pick a direction.
She's like echolocating the radiance of this green light.
Yeah.
Lumolocating.
Give me a stealth check. For what it's worth.
I have invisibility.
Yep,
right?
yep,
So I get to add 20.
You do.
And you add another plus 10 from the elixir of hiding.
So plus 30 to this roll.
-4 because of the earthquake, so plus 26.
I roll a natural 20.
Oh.
I wish I had saved that for the will save against Spokerg, but hey, I'll take what I can
Like a
fucking get.
ninja in the night.
So it's a
46.
46.
great.
So after this agonizing period of climbing 50 feet of stairs, trying to both keep your fucking balance and not like kick or knock over anything or stumble into anything, trying to move as quietly as you possibly can, you reach, Dora, the top of the stairs. And as your left hand finds that top step, you're reaching forward, verifying, okay, there's no more step there. I think if I step up on this one, I will be on ground, right hand kind of following the wall. You step up there with sort of back pressed against the wall as wind is just racing past you. Rain is absolutely slamming against your face, and you feel a couple of things at the same time. Katie is aware of what Dab saw, but Dora is not. But Dora feels what feels just like millions of tiny little things. Like if you were standing in the middle of a field in like the middle of summer, like spores hitting you,
Yeah.
like tiny little things, right?
Right, yeah.
And they are clinging to you, and they are slick and waxy. So as you're moving along slowly up these stairs, you feel the wall get like smooth and kind of like candle wax feeling, and you're starting to feel that happen all over your body. You're having to keep moving your fingers and cracking your neck and shaking your head to kind of keep that waxy buildup from collecting on you. Also, you feel a very... Is this right? Yes. You feel... when you were... Which part of the fight was it? I think it was the first half of the Bloodwind fight when Daggerbatha snuck up right next to you.
Yeah.
And you started to feel like the hairs standing up and
the
like a little
electricity.
reek of ozone.
Yeah.
You having an almost identical sensation, except it's way more potent. Something highly electrically charged is really close to you. All right, you've got your back pressed against the wall through the lumolocation of following this bright supernatural light through your blindfold. You know which way to head. At the moment, it seems like you could continue hugging this wall and you would be going the way you want to be going.
Then that is what I'm going to do.
All right, give me one more acrobatics check.
Boy. 17.
Hands pressed against the wall, inching along, rain pelting, winds racing. You keep moving, it's like about 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet. You have The sensation of what's happening with this waxy buildup is getting more intense, but you have left where you felt the electricity. As if something was at the top of the stairs, and you moved past it without it noticing you.
Good God!
You've moved about 15
so awful.
feet, and that's the point where you can tell, okay,
Gotta shift.
I gotta shift about 45 degrees to my left and step out into who knows what. You have to leave that wall behind. You doing it?
I'm gonna keep going.
Give me one more stealth check.
35.
So you veer that 45-degree angle, and then now you're just moving at absolute quarter speed.
Yeah.
Because the stone, the slick stone ground covered in moss and water and wax is moving under your feet. And you can't see anything. So you're just 1 foot, sticking your hands out. As you move forward about 5 feet, your right hand, it feels something, like it starts to get weirdly cold. So you pull your hand back away from that. You don't know if it's something or someone, but something's awfully cold off to your right.
And it's not the idol. I don't think the light is not telling me it's the idol.
Correct. It's the wrong direction.
Then I'm gonna go around it.
Another 5 feet forward, your left hand, which is just feeling forward to make sure you don't...
statues in Arvington all over again.
Something icy cold is off to your left. It's not in the direction that you need to go. You can tell like you're sort of passing through things that might now be flanking you.
Oh God!
As you move soundlessly and invisibly through them, the light is getting brighter.
We're just gonna keep going then. Oh God, you're making
Gigantic roar out in the center of the lake. Give me another acrobatics check.
Oh God. Desna?
I've never heard Dora cry out to a god before.
18.
So you're moving forward. You're following that light. It's cold in front of you, but
Oh, is something between me and the idol? Something cold?
there is something cold right in front of you, and that is very much the way to go.
But I could go to one side,
You could.
change the way I'm facing back towards where the light was.
Which side do you go to?
Does either one feel cold?
No.
I go to the left.
Almost immediately,
Oh, shit.
your hands come up against on what feels like another wall. It feels like stone. It feels slick. It feels a little waxy. And then as you veer your head to follow where the light is, you can now sense that the light is brightest right off now to your sort of like 45-degree right, which
Yeah.
is also exactly where it's cold.
So maybe the idol is just cold.
Maybe so.
Let's try crouching down. See if anything changes.
It still feels cold near the ground there. And as you get low, that light through the blindfold is so bright, and you can almost feel it go from around head height to then you crouch down and it stays at around head height. Like you're narrowing in on, it seems to be in the square to the northeast of you at around head height, and that whole area is also very cold.
Then I'm going to step forward, putting that sensation directly to the east of me.
The angle of the wall
Doesn't
that your
let me do
hands
that.
are touching is funneling directly towards this square.
Okay, Dora stands back up. Oh, Ray, I hope you're with me now, she thinks. And she reaches out.
You throw me the rope, I throw you the idol.
What would this even feel like?
Death?
You stick your hands forward they get colder and colder and colder, and they almost start to feel like the coldness is coalescing around you, and then the coldness moves. Roll initiative. Let's have everybody roll initiative.
Question: Is it fair to say that while we've also been waiting, we would have been possibly buffing ourselves?
Please do. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Dora.
9.
At the bottom of the stairs, Dabwick.
11.
Hovering right outside the doorway, Vic.
15.
And the Gripper.
4.
About 10 feet away from Vic. Yeah, why don't the three of you talk to me about any buffs you may have been taking while Dora was climbing these stairs?
I think the bull strength that I drank is still in effect, or would that have?
3 minutes? I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna down another one of those.
Gravity gun, shield, expeditious retreat, invisibility, and channel vigor at the very end.
All right. And where are you putting the vigor?
It will start in my torso for a +6 competence bonus on fortitude saving throws and concentration checks.
Any of you want to drink a mage's assistant as a buff while you're down there as well?
Yeah, Dabwick's
Yes.
going to drink a mage's assistant, cast slate skin on themselves, and change shape into a gripply form.
Got it.
And with this level of wind, is vanity useless?
Vanity will be nigh useless if you have to go out into the open exposed area outside. Inside the stairwell, you could use it for sure.
Great. So useless. So he is going to
Not literally, but just heavy penalty.
-10.
I mean,
-8.
-8.
-8. Okay.
And Dabs could tell from the force of that wind looking up there that they might have to make strength checks to simply move against it as a small creature.
Then Dabwick will also drink a potion of bull strength.
Done and done.
Oil of silence as well. And you've got us all spider climbing, right?
Nope.
Oh,
Lost that spell.
then the other thing that he would take, because he has it, is monkey fish.
Has the amount of time that has passed since we killed the last Ib thing shade, and now enough to regenerate my stamina pool?
Give yourself, let's say, 3 back.
3 back, thank you.
All right. Round 1 begins. Dora has just extended her hands into the cold, felt the cold retreat, and then with absolutely no warning and with no sound attached to it, she feels her entire body spasm in agony. I need a will save from her.
21.
She feels this wash, this burst of energy that feels like it's trying to rip the life right out of her. She fights this off, only taking 5 points of negative energy damage. And then she feels the cold retreat.
What happens to the light?
It also retreats. You are up.
Me?
Yes.
Fuck.
It feels like it retreated 5 feet away.
As if someone was carrying the greenstone idol?
Exactly as if someone was currently holding it.
What is the economy here? If I step 5 feet and throw my arms around whatever it is that is carrying the idol, will I have a standard action at the end of that?
No. That throwing your arms around whatever has the idol is your standard action. And at this point, because you're blind
Yeah.
and there's an earthquake,
There's a
you don't have
chance
a
of
five.
me
You
doing
don't have a 5 foot step.
Well,
So
I have
that's a
mass
move.
feather step, so I don't know if that helps, but yeah.
It's the blindness. If you're contemplating lifting the
Yep.
blindfold, you still can, as if you were dealing with something with a gaze attack. You
Avert
can
my eyes,
you can
yeah.
avert your eyes, basically looking down at the ground, trying to avoid making eye contact with anything. This will give you a 50% chance if there is something to see that would require a save of avoiding having to make that save, but it will give everything concealment 20% mischance against you.
I have to get in a position where I can cast a spell.
Meanwhile, below, Dabs, Vic, Grip are seeing the absolute worst of humanity, as people are practically killing each other to get out of this room as fast as they possibly can. While the three of you very calmly and very stoically are standing at the bottom of those stairs, all attention focused out that way. There's just the complete breakdown of society happening across the room from you.
So if I could get my hands on the idol, I could take that with me.
With Dimension Door?
Yeah.
Correct.
I have to lift the blindfold and try to avert my gaze by looking at the floor and seek that opportunity.
But is the thought that Bokrug is in this room?
She's definitely outside.
Yeah. I think
she's
Bokrug
outside
is
in the elements.
Yeah. And this is, it's near as Dora can tell, it's just a big room with walls and no ceiling. Is that what it seems like right now?
She feels like she's outside.
We are in the room.
Right, but she's been following walls.
Oh, let me say this. That the last wall that she just touched, as she's running her hand over it to kind of place herself in space, and she was doing that, oh, can I just follow it this way? I'm like, oh no, it steers you into the... At that point, she would feel like it's an obvious large crenellation, as though maybe she's standing on a battlement of something or something.
Gotcha.
Through your left ear, you can absolutely hear the gigantic crash and pound of enormous waves. Sounds like they would normally be way below you, but they are splashing up and soaking you periodically.
That's what I have to do.
You're taking your blindfold off?
No. I'm doing this.
You're going to do the old one-eye peek out of the blindfold. Okay. Do you want to make the 50% roll, or do you want me to make it?
I want you to make it.
Okay, I'll make it publicly on roll 20, so you're not responsible.
You need to say which is which.
On a 1 through 50, you do not have to make any save if such a save is required.
Oh! That's 100.
So Dora lifts up the tiny little edge of her blindfold. This will be fun for you.
Will it?
I mean, I think you'll be like, holy shit, I just did that. Do you have yourself placed in space?
Yeah.
Now let me give you all of the enemies that you just walked through.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God.
So Dora edged past 3 will-o-wisps, these glowing skulls crackling with like electricity floating in the air just inside the mist at the top of the stairs and out of Dabwick's view, walked right through 4 more Ibshades and is facing off with an Ibshade who's standing at the end of this battlement, holding aloft over its head an 18-inch tall sea green statue depicting a muscular iguana with bulging muscles and a beard of tentacles underneath its jaw.
A question.
Yep.
How does this incorporeal creature hold up this corporeal statue?
That is something that is actually answered by their abilities.
Fine.
So this frog...
Bokrug says so.
This incorporeal froggy creature is holding aloft this green stone idol. It is the obvious source of the bright green light, and these little particles, these waxy particles, are floating off of this thing into the air in an ever-expanding circle. Off to your left, you are indeed at the edge of a battlement overlooking a gargantuan lake. Now, visibility conditions are incredibly limited because of the torrential rain, the tornadoes, and the splashing of waves up this massive wall and onto this platform. There is something so fucking huge in the mist. I don't even have words to describe it. You can basically tell it is coming directly at you from the side, from the middle of the lake. It seems to be just at the edge of vision, like the next time it moves, it might emerge into visibility range. There are, in addition to all the mist and fog and craziness and lack of visibility out there, you can see bright green mist emanating off of this shape that, I mean, it looks to be hundreds upon hundreds of feet tall. Just the part that you can see. So it appears this round, or it appears at this point in this round, you don't have to make a save against it because you did catch it out of the corner of your eyes. The Ib Priest is a 5-foot step away from you. It is holding this statue aloft. At the moment, the other 4 Ib Shades are looking around them in confusion, but it is very clear that nobody knows where you are. Nobody sees where you are. The priest, right, would be sort of gesturing his head back and forth in your loose direction. All right. So far you've taken no action. This is a free action to kind of lift the blindfold.
I lower the blindfold.
Okay.
I draw and drink the mage's assistant.
Done and done.
I scream at the top of my lungs for all the good it will do. Wake up! To my friends.
Give me perception checks, the 3 of you at a -4. Dabwick.
20.
Vic.
12.
Grip.
23.
All right. By distance and around the... Oh, my God. Dabwick just gets it. So Dabwick hears that. I think Grip hears the sound of something but couldn't make out the words. But Dabwick is able to...
Just because of the difference of distance.
Yeah, and around the corner and through the open of the hallway there.
Also Bokru.
Also the great old one. All right, top of round 2. Everyone is aware that there is something going down now. So these ghostly skulls crackling with electrical energy soar through the air towards your general location, Dora, casting their attention about, seeing if they can locate you. Ib Shade number 8. Same thing, moving in. Stands adjacent to the Ib Priest. Closing ranks. Will-O-Wisp number 1. You've got 3 Will-O-Wisps directly adjacent to you. You're feeling that crackling electrical sense in the air. So Vic, having seen the alarm on Dabwick's face, you're aware that something's going on. You haven't heard the instruction to wake up, but you can tell from that Dabs has heard something and is staring up the stairs.
Then I will start to make my way up the stairs while also tearing a piece of my clothing off to wrap something around my head once I get close to the top.
Give me an acrobatics check.
21.
All right, go ahead and take your move. As Vic is wading through the water gushing down the stairs, seeing at the top of the stairwell this ever-expanding cloud of waxy particles. Vic reaches the top of the stairs. You're now standing in it. You're feeling that same sensation. You're blindfolding yourself. At what point in this move?
I would probably try to, as I'm going up, try to look at feet.
Sure, the stairs are steep. At about this point, you would see feet. You would see across the way a crenellated battlement wall right over here where I'm pinging. Is that visible to you?
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell that. If you go up another step there, you probably will see over the battlements and you'll see much more of these ghostly frog feet.
Excellent.
Of which there are many.
Whoa. I am going to put on my blindfold at that point.
Dora, you feel the same sensation of agony pass through your body. Give me another will save.
14.
16 points of negative energy damage. So you're feeling your tissue just being rended apart from the inside.
From where?
No source. Then you are up. You feel all sorts of electricity behind you. You feel cold off to your right.
Isn't Dabwick next?
Oh, sorry, Dabwick.
Dabwick starts casting a summoning spell.
Awesome. You feel all sorts of You feel all sorts of electricity behind you. You feel all sorts of waves of cold off to your right. The bright green glow of the statue seems to have not moved. although it's getting colder and colder and chargier all around you.
All Dora can do at this point is leap at the idol and try to wrap her arms around it and wake up.
So the waking up is a full round action.
Fuck. I can't go visible. I'll be dead in 3 seconds. And we won't have the idol.
You mean in terms of casting like an offensive spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dora will cast Dimension Door
Uh-huh.
to here.
Soundlessly, Dora teleports behind the location where she knows the idol to be. Vic, you feel the air get cold around you. Gripper, you're up. You can see Dabs casting a spell in the doorway, and Vic has vanished into the storm.
I don't have any fucking idea what to do.
I know.
Wake up.
Well, I didn't hear you say that. No one has told me that's what the words were. And Vic's running off.
You can see that Dabwick has been looking up the stairs from where they've been standing, and they are still there, and they're casting a spell.
But they're acting like they're engaging.
They are definitely acting like they are taking time to cast a very long casting time spell, yes.
Grip's just gonna move and stand next to Dabwick. And go, what the fuck are we supposed to be doing here? What is the fucking plan?
Round 3. Huge, gigantic roar out in the lake. An enormous splash of water that soaks Dora, runs all over Vic. Water goes shooting down those stairs. Dora, from the direction that you just left, you hear like a whole bunch of explosions of like lightning bolts as though electrically charged beings were smashing against the nothingness in the air there. All right, Vic, you're up. You can tell you've got 2 very, very cold things immediately adjacent to you at the top of the stairs here. You got a blindfold over your eyes. Roaring, wind, shaking, wax. Oh, you're invisible.
Yeah, I'm invisible.
Give me your stealth check.
That is a 29 plus 20, a 49.
Okay.
Monkey fish, am I able to climb up onto the wall and the ceiling and pass them?
There's no way you could climb the gigantic, slick, featureless wall to your right. I think you could attempt to go over the top of the staircase on your left there.
Okay.
Straight into Imshade 7.
He doesn't know that.
Then cool, that's what I'll do.
Give me the acrobatics check to maybe be able to move at -4. DC 5, I probably can't fail that.
24 minus 5 is a 19.
And one more stealth check there.
A 46.
So you reach out your hands blind. You saw where the top of this wall was. You throw your arms over it and land on a slick, wet surface. You now feel like you're outside. You're in torrential winds, downpouring rain, thick, waxy stuff in the air. Something very, very icy cold is directly to the left of you.
I will move away from that. Can I also sense this green glow?
You can.
I will start to make my way towards the green glow.
And what is your movement speed?
My movement speed right now with Expeditious Retreat is 60.
All right. You are making your way in absolute empty air as wind is blasting past you. You're getting slickly covered with wax, heading in the direction of where you believe the light to be coming from.
Love it.
Yep.
Awesome. The blind leading the blind.
Yeah. The action economy is going to kill me.
This is wild. You being invisible is so helpful against the things that they can do. Because I'm trying to play like, all right, using what they have, they know something is there. They have an idea of a location.
How tall a tower are we on? Do we know that? Like how
can't
many?
Tell because the water's risen.
So we'd have no way of knowing how many seconds it would take from like jumping off the tower to landing.
Believe me,
No idea.
I've thought about it. Like, can I take a full round action on the way down and just zen out and concentrate?
Or die.
Or die.
And take your one.
And take
your one lump like the rest of us
yeah.
have done.
Exactly. There's only one more fetch quest and then the Mad Poet. What the fuck?
Why not?
How could any of those possibly be hard?
All right, this is the most effective tool he's got at his disposal right now. There's another blast of negative energy. Give me a will save, Dora. He's just channeling negative energy.
Natural 20.
All right, so
So I don't take any, right? Natural 20. Fuck it.
4.
You doing okay hit point wise?
No,
No, she's not.
I'm not. I'm at less than half.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to make it one more round.
Dabwick, your spell completes. Oh, although I need that concentration check.
Right.
I think I forgot on that dimension door. All right, well.
Ooh.
And do you have your Mage's Assistant turned on since you drank
Mage's Assistant is turned on, so that concentration check is a 35.
All right, success. What appears?
3 water elementals.
Oh.
They're going to love this place.
Yeah.
Right up until they go mad. From seeing Elder God.
Maybe even then, because, I mean, maybe depends on the madness, I suppose.
But those 2 Ib shades are there at the top of the stairs?
Yes, you can see those 2 dabs. Small water elementals?
Yes.
Okay. All right, where do they appear?
They appear at the top of the stairs surrounding the shades of Ib that have... the Ib shades that have appeared there.
What is the range on that spell?
45 feet total.
So the top of the stairs are 50 feet vertically above you. I think that you're looking at a configuration where you've probably got 2 facing off with the 2 of them and 1 right below them.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so they, boom, water elementals appear in their actual environment.
Squish!
Squish! Right in front of 2 Ib shades. What do they do?
They take a series of slam attacks.
Do they strike as magical weapons?
No, they don't, so they're not going to do anything to these guys, are they?
Correct.
Summon nature's ally.
What is your nature now?
But they could still attack the will-o'-the-wisps, right?
Yeah, they could.
Eventually.
Do you even know they're there?
No. Metagame-wise, I know, but... water elementals will move past the shades of Ib. Can I do that?
So they would provoke attacks of opportunity from them when they be attempted to do so.
Okay.
Okay. Ib Shade 5 against Water Elemental 3. AC 20.
Hit.
10 points of damage. Give me a will save for the Water Elemental.
6.
That Water Elemental is shaken. -2 to attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
But that still means they get to move, right?
Yes, go ahead and move that one. What are they shaped like?
They're like waves with that form a head that come into like a beak-like shape, and waves that come out on either side like waving arms.
Right.
Nice.
So Water Elemental 3 moves up the top of the stairs, provoking an attack of opportunity as it goes, turns around the corner because it sees Ib Shade 7 lurking there. In order to get in that position, provokes from Ib Shade 7. 20-something.
Yes.
6 points of damage.
And it's dead.
Okay. Water Elemental number 1 is going to attempt the same thing.
Yes.
All right, provokes from Ib Shade 6. 23. Oh, max damage. 12 points of damage.
It's got 1 point of...
Give you a will save.
Yeah. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, hang on. These things have combat reflexes.
Multiple attacks.
Yeah,
of
so
opportunity.
that one's gone too.
That one's gone too.
So
Bye.
the one that's left, Water Elemental 2, was able to perceive 2 of its brethren attempting to slip past these shades and just ghostly hands reaching out into their form and filling them with doom. Doom!
Yes, this one will hold their ground.
Yeah. What does Dabwick do then?
Oh, Dabwick didn't prepare Snowball today. Dabwick did prepare Stone Discus, which does, I think, strike as a magical...
It's a spell, for sure.
Yeah. So Dabwick's going to target...
Make that concentration check.
Yeah.
Target Ib Shade 6.
Mm-hmm.
And make a concentration check. Ooh, that's a 19 on the concentration check.
The spell is lost. Earthquake hits just at that exact moment, hurling Dabwick against the wall. They lose concentration, and they end up just throwing the smooth river stone, which goes pew up the stairs into the water and comes gushing back down and lands right near your feet.
This is great.
Alrighty. Dora, you are up. That glow is now in front of you, off to your west.
Dora is going to attempt to put her hands on the idol without letting the Ib priest know she is doing it. So she saw how it was holding it. She saw where it was holding it. She is going to try to basically do this.
She knows very well this priest is in combat outside during an apocalypse.
Yeah.
The likelihood of it standing exactly stock still, you'd have to, if you want to do, I mean, I buy that.
Yeah.
You would have to see it.
She lifts the blindfold to do this.
All right. Averting, I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right. Here's that 50% chance.
Go!
Here we go.
And it's like I imagine, even though your brain is telling yourself, don't look, don't look, don't look, there's just like some reptilian piece of you that would be like, I have to know where the danger is. And out of the corner of your eye, you do catch it. Only the barest fragment of it. It is a reptilian monster of some sort, but with a preternatural gleam of intelligence and madness in its eyes. It is like a kaiju aquatic iguana with apparently tentacles for arms and a blossoming beard of tentacles descending from its multi-hinged jaw. It's ridged in spiky plates like the Tarrasque, and emerging every so often from the mists is the end of its tail, which seems to end in 3 separate scorpion-like spikes. But what is so profoundly disturbing about this thing is its size. You're only seeing just a little whisper small part of it, but you'd have to judge it's probably several miles long.
It's Manhattan.
Yes. Even rearing just
monster.
the top of its head, at the top of its torso out of it, you're seeing hundreds and hundreds of feet of it. The entirety of Briarstone Asylum would easily fit inside of its mouth. Let me give you some art.
Oh, gosh. Don't show it to us.
We'll say it.
Wow.
Not like.
I'm going to need 2 will saves from you. We'll start with your sanity first and go ahead and cast your...
I cast Burst of Insight on my wisdom.
All right. Give me that will save.
20. My total number of mental ability scores at the moment for 1 round is 61.
Dora takes 54 points of sanity damage. All right, I'm about to roll randomly between 1, 2, 3 things. Do you want to make the roll or do you want me to make it?
I don't want any hand in this. Just tell me what to play.
Is that the best or the worst?
That's the best of this. That's the best of this.
That's the best of this utter pile of shit.
Dora, it is too much. It is just, there's too much going on. The sensations on her skin of the wax and the rain, the being bullied around by the winds, the ground shaking underneath you, and then taking in this sound. Like just a piece of her brain shuts off, and she is utterly, utterly deaf. She can hear nothing anymore. So she goes from absolute cacophony into
Nothing.
void of sound, and you're staring. It's like you're staring at a movie that's still playing for you, but there's no audible component to it anymore. You cannot hear a single thing. I need the other will save. This is from the unspeakable presence of Bo Krug.
Stop talking about it then. Yeah, natural 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Just overwhelmed with a feeling of hopelessness and doom. -4 on all die 20 rolls.
Yep.
Ooh. And then you're dazed.
And then I'm dazed for this round, the rest of this round.
Still invisible. I gotta play this that way. Ibshade number 5 floats down the stairs and attacks that poor water elemental. Oh, yeah. 11 points of damage.
That's 2 points of hit points left.
And then the next Ibshade follows. And goodbye.
Okay. Soaked up their turns.
Yep. Ibshades are beginning the crawl down the stairs. So Grip is up. Grip is now seeing 2 of these Ibshades floating down the stairs towards you and Dabs.
Well, friend, I'm not running up to meet them. They can come down and fucking get us as far as I'm concerned. Do they move before I move my next turn?
Yes.
Can I ready an action now to attack them when they close with me? And then, because that would happen next turn, and then would I still get my regular round next turn?
You would not still get your regular round next turn. Your initiative would move to right before them.
All right. He'll do his little thingamajig with his face and his eyes and his neck.
It's very hard to concentrate.
And I guess let's take the dedicated adversary,
Ibshade?
Ibshade.
Yep.
And then he'll just take a step forward.
Takes a step up the waterfall stairwell. I stand around 3. Round 4. Okay. They just don't know where things are. Will-O-Wisp number 3 soars down the stairs to close with Dabwick and Grip. Followed shortly by Will-O-Wisp number 2. 2 of them are threatening Grip right now. One of them is threatening Dabs. Nobody can see what this one does. Okay. No one can see what that does. Vic, ahead of you, maybe 10, 15 feet away. It's a little hard to tell because of all the cacophony.
Sure.
You are hearing the crackling of electricity, and not like distant lightning, but like something electrical's going off about 10 feet away from you.
Behind me, in front of me?
In front of you.
I, the player, know that those other Will-O-Wisps went past. Did any of them move past me?
They did, yes.
So I felt...
You felt some electricity go past you.
Go past me.
And then you feel some crackling off in front of you, like actively.
Like it's attacking something?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Okay. Vic has literally got like an inner monologue, which is, find Dora, find the idol, get out. Find Dora, find the idol, get out. Find Dora, find the idol, get out.
Survive? Question mark.
No. Hide yourself. Hide yourself.
And then Grip and Dabwick, above your head, through the wall, an Ibshade soars out and is now floating directly above Dabwick. But it looks like it had to take a double move to get there.
Great.
Bullshit.
And now Vic is up. So you felt those bursts of electricity go past you. You can hear something ahead of you crackling with electricity. That you can tell which direction to move towards the light.
I shall continue to move towards the light. Find Dora. Help Dora. Find the idol. Get out. Find Dora. Find the idol. Get out.
After you move forward about 15 feet, you feel an extreme amount of cold directly ahead of you.
And I feel like I would have, having been next to the Ibshades before, recognize that this is an Ibshade.
Sure.
Is the glow directly in front of me?
At this point is when you would take a slight turn to your left, just ever so slight.
I will do so.
Vic, blindfolded, is making his way forward across this slick surface, rain pelting him from all directions. Oh, give me the acrobatics check to move. At -4.
That is a 26.
You are good. You come up against a wall in front of you, and it feels like you have that sort of same sensation that Dora had of, well, this feels like crenellations, like the top of a battlement. And since you saw the bottom of the battlements before you put the blindfold on, you know sort of what you're dealing with here. And it's at that point that feeling of the green glow being ahead of you has now shifted, like it's to the side of you.
Then I will turn and again follow that path. Am I past the electricity?
Yes.
Okay.
You start to move forward. It's icy, icy, icy cold.
Like there's an Ib thing right in front of me? Is there a place for me to like move to the side of it and go past it?
As you've now turned, on your left side, there is this crenellated wall. Nowhere to go that way.
Okay.
On your right, it's cold in all directions over there.
There's no place for me to go that where I'm surrounded by these things now?
To the north of you is a wall. To the west of you is a wall. To the east of you, cold. Southeast of you, cold. And south is where you came from.
With the wall, this is crenellations. Would I be able to use monkey fish and climb on the wall?
I think without a climb speed, you'd feel never in a million years. But because you got this spell going, you're feeling like, okay, yeah, I could get up and perch on this 3-foot wide crenellation, completely blind in the middle of an apocalypse.
Yes.
All right? You are now standing on the crenellation.
Am I able to now move around the cold spot to where the green glow is?
You move forward now to your east. The glow is south of you, and it's cold down there. You have narrowed in. The glow is emanating from the square south of you, and it's also icy cold there.
Fuck it.
Both things are true.
I will jump into that space and attempt to grab this idol.
You're up on top of this crenellation. You can tell the thing has to be right down there, right below you. You hurl your body down there blindly.
Yep.
Not knowing what you're going through. You pass through an icy, icy cold that feels like death and doom. Taking 2 points of damage. Give me a will save.
So I see this.
I think what you see is Vic suddenly appearing face down on the ground, like inside this incorporeal thing. Give me a will save, Johnny.
17. I'm going to spend 2 points of inspiration to add to that. 21.
You fight off the effect of doom. So Dora, you can now see Vic prone on the ground underneath this thing.
That is my turn.
With no idol in his hands, though.
Correct.
So that move shunted the priest to the south?
No, it's now the priest's turn.
Okay.
Who uses his move to step to the southeast there. His whole body shakes, and he stares up at the sky, and a single bolt of lightning descends from the heavens and slams right into Vic. Give me a reflex save there.
24.
Take 8 points of electricity damage.
Did I make it?
You did make it.
So literally rolling to the side as I'm feeling these electrical crackles come down.
You feel it coming. It's like weaseling out of the way. Dabwick, you are up. You are suddenly surrounded. You've got a will-o-wisp in front of you and an Ib shade over your head.
Dabwick sets their jaw and grips their quarterstaff, looks up at Grip and says, "She told us to wake up. Let's hold them off as long as we can," and goes into total defense.
Dora, you're up. You still managed to stay invisible. Can't hear a thing. You were in an absolute nightmare inside your head, but still invisible.
So she looks down at the ground and thinks, why didn't he just wake up? Like I told him to. And she goes about doing what she was going to do anyway, which is reach for the idol, try to get her hands on it without the priest knowing she's got it.
Okay, so you're not trying to grab it away. You're just simply trying to lay hands on it and then teleport, right? Because you're invisible, because you've been standing there for 12 seconds just training your eyes and your hands on where it is in space.
So she says, but doesn't hear herself say it.
Oh, God.
Or know if anyone else can hear it.
Yeah.
But she says, Vic, wake up. And then attempts to dimension door. I mean, I gotta go back to the ballroom.
Yeah, you would have nowhere else idea to go.
But not near the stairs.
Understood. Give me that concentration check.
Yeah, so 37 minus 4 is 33.
And Dora materializes inside the throne room.
Wait. Wait. I see Vic on the ground.
Yep.
Can I touch him with my foot and bring him with me?
Toe goes out. Both of you materialize inside the throne room.
And I've got the statue.
You have the statue.
Fuck me. Derek, wake up. For fuck's sake. She's hanging on by a thread. It's bad.
Yeah.
Vic is on the ground, literally, like all of a
Face
sudden,
down.
there's
Face
no
down.
rain.
But again, I have no idea if anybody's hearing me. I can't hear myself, right?
Correct. She would sound weirdly loud
Yeah.
because she doesn't.
No gauge.
She's still like her brain is even still trying to process. Did I go deaf? Is this actually happening, or is this like?
And
she's-
probably still thinks that the noise, like, acting as if the cacophony is still going
because
on.
she had
Yeah.
just been in it. In the throne room, you see Ibshade number 5 float through the wall by the stairway there and is zeroing in towards Dora and Vic. Ends up about, looks like 35 feet away-ish or so. Ibshade number 6 does the same thing. They are closing in on Dora and Vic's location. Gripper, you're up. You got 2 will-o-wisps adjacent to you and an Ibshade above Dabwick's head within reach.
Well, I want to try to wake up, right?
Do it.
I'm going to have to take some damage to my waking body.
That may be the case.
Yeah, he'll do a 14d6
14d6.
damage to his waking body.
Let me roll that up 1 sec. All right, so that reduces the concentration check DC down to 18.
18, and that's, what's the plus on concentration?
For you, it's just +8 for your level.
All right,
Come on, buddy.
50-50 chance.
Oh, wait, but +5 from the mage's assistant.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
So 13.
12 on the die.
All right, and like a bad dream, Grip vanishes.
Sorry, guys.
2 will-o-wisps are going after Dabwick. And you, you are fighting defensively, right? Or
Yeah,
you do full
total defense.
Total defense, great. Here we go. This is against touch. 26.
Hit.
13 points of electricity damage. Second one. Yeah, 28 touch.
Damn. Yes.
What?
Oh, 16 points of electricity damage. The Ibshade over your head
Too hard.
reaches an icy, froggy hand down towards the dabs.
I should have waited
That's
another
small,
round.
though.
24 touch.
Miss.
Oh!
Dab's set a 25 touch right now.
Holy crap!
Yes.
balls!
25 touch. That's impressive.
So
That's
Dabwick dodges out of the way of Doom. Vic, you're up, face down on the floor amidst the blood and shattered glass.
Vic is
Where you belong.
Vic is going to, as he's standing up, pull off his blindfold.
Yep.
So he can see what's going on.
All right, so move
Sees-
action to stand.
Yeah. Will you allow me to also remove the blindfold as I'm
Free
standing?
action.
I'll buy you time.
And then he starts to move towards the shades
Oh my god!
and is literally like running at them.
Interposing himself in front of Dora.
And makes shade number 5
Yep.
his studied target.
Got
He
it.
has no weapon in his hand, by the way. Oh, I guess he could as he's now done this move.
could draw.
He draw it as
Yep.
he does that.
Dabwick, you're up, surrounded on all sides.
Dabwick will take 66 points of damage and try a concentration check to wake up.
Okay, let me roll that damage for you. All right, reducing the DC down to 22. Give me that concentration check.
That's a 25.
And Dabwick
Nice.
wakes up. Dora, you're up. Can't
Dora.
hear a fucking thing.
Dora takes 66 points of damage.
Let me roll it. Oh boy. So that's the DC is down to 22 as well.
No. I missed it.
You missed it?
I mean,
Yes.
can you imagine you're looking around this ballroom and like people are literally stomping on each other, almost killing each other. There's no sound. That has to be the
be
most
so
disorienting
surreal.
thing imaginable.
Ibshade 5.
Taking a 5-foot step back.
Yes, why
Yeah.
not? Ibshade 5 closes with Vic. Here comes a hand. Oh, that's gonna miss. 10 touch, I assume misses.
Yes.
Ibshade 6 swoops around to flank you. 13 touch.
Miss.
In a single move, Will-O-Wisp 3 closes with Vic and extends its electrical self 30 touch.
Oh, man. Yeah, that hits.
12 points of electricity damage.
Ouch.
Will-O-Wisp number 2 follows. Oh my god. Vic has got things on 4 sides now. Yep, it's another 30. 14 points of electricity damage.
Oh. Vic is screaming out in pain as these things are lashing into him and attacking him.
Shade 7 soars into the room, can't quite get to Vic with its double move, ends up about 15 feet away from it. Vic, you're back up again. 2 Ibshades, 2 Will-O-Wisps, all around you.
But Dora is still not gone.
Dora is still not gone.
Oh, fuck. I'm at 14 hit points. Oh, man. I will hold.
Dora?
She wakes up. The 31.
Taking no damage to yourself?
Taking no damage to myself.
All right. Dora vanishes. Vic.
Vic is literally like surrounded by these things. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. And,
Taking any damage to yourself?
Let's see. So if I took 10d6, that would drop it down by 5. So that would... All right, I'm going to do that.
DC 20. Give me that check.
Come on, buddy.
27!
And
wakes up.
Vic vanishes, and we have boogied out of Sarnath. That is the end of chapter 138. We'll pick this up next week.
Why does it feel every time we win, we're losing? Oh my gosh.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, JH, the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
You know what we're fighting here? We're fighting a couple 2-3 tigers.
Heyo.
Is that a reference to something?
No, it's just, it's like the Chicago 3, but it's a couple
Tree.
2-3
Okay,
tigers.
yeah,
couple
2-3.
2-3 tigers over by there.
Oh, tree tigers.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks for taking the time to explain it to
That's
me.
the sign of a good joke.